The Gnostics believed that the divine spark wasn't something you discover, it's something you remember, a gift you have always possessed. And yet, remembering isn't easy in a world full of noise and distraction. The archons, as the text described them, influence humanity most when we remain disconnected, because as long as you're focused on the outside noise, the endless striving, the fear, the distractions, you won't hear the quiet truth that's been calling you from within. So how did the Gnostics bypass the illusion? How did they truly awaken? They practiced something the Orthodox authorities feared more than anything: direct connection. Unlike rigid dogma and external hierarchies, the Gnostics turned inward. They believed you didn't need priests, temples, or intermediaries to reach the divine. You only needed to remember who you are. Through their secret teachings, they practiced inner stillness, entering deep states of silence to listen beyond the mind's chatter. Sacred visualization, imagining streams of light descending from the pleroma into the heart, reconnecting the spark to its source. Invocation, calling on Sophia, divine wisdom, to illuminate the forgotten pathways within consciousness. Dreamwork, decoding messages from the deeper mind, where memory of the spark still lives untouched. These weren't rituals of blind worship. They were technologies of awakening, helping seekers rise above the Archon's control by shifting awareness beyond their reach. And here's the part that shook the foundations of power. The Gnostics taught that salvation doesn't come from outside of you, not from dogma, not from fear, not from external intermediaries. It comes from gnosis, a Greek word meaning direct knowing, a lived, undeniable awareness of your origin beyond this material world. And once you know, you are no longer bound by limitation. This is why these teachings were erased, because a population that recognizes its own divinity rises above the patterns of fear and limitation. But here's where it gets even more unsettling. The Gnostics warned that the Archons aren't just external rulers. They operate through thought, through suggestion, through subtle currents of belief that suggest you're unworthy, you're limited, you're disconnected. And every time you accept those whispers, you give away a little more of your light. This is why the Divine Spark teaching matters now more than ever. Because in a world louder, faster, and more distracting than ever before, the greatest act of rebellion is to remember yourself. But awakening to your divine spark isn't just an idea. It's an experience and an ultimate knowing. When you sit in stillness and turn your awareness inward, you begin to sense something beyond the surface of thought. A subtle, unbroken current. A living presence that was always there waiting. The Gnostics called this the Song of the Spark, a silent remembering, a knowing older than time. And when you touch it, even for a moment, something inside you shifts. You start seeing patterns in your life you never noticed before. You sense meaning in the chaos, and you begin to realize that this reality, the one we take to be so solid, is not the whole story. This is the wisdom long hidden beneath centuries of silence. But buried seeds don't die. They wait patiently for the right moment to awaken. And that moment is now. As more light floods the planet, as more souls begin to realize there is more to them than they were ever taught, that seed begins to crack open, breaking through the surface. And just like those scrolls hidden beneath the sands of Nag Hammadi, this knowledge is rising once more, ready to be seen, ready to be remembered, ready to be claimed, because enough people are beginning to remember. And once you awaken your divine spark, the world will never look the same.